Vostè toca un violí del 1725. Com el va descobrir i com descriuria la relació que ha desenvolupat amb aquest instrument al llarg del temps?
Well, of course, there are very many very good contemporary violin makers who build new violins with wood which is 100 years old or so. But I really like to play on old instruments. And I think for Menorca, this is very natural because we have a very historical place. I saw so many old historical buildings and lots of historical wood even. My violin was built in the 17th century, around 1680. So counting from today, the wood back then was probably 200 years old, and now 300 years passed. So the wood of my violin makes 500 years probably, which I think fits perfectly to Menorca.
Quina és la seva rutina, quina és la preparació que fa abans d'un concert?
Well, some musicians say, I have to take a big shower or sit in my bathtub and feel free. No, I don't have a routine like this. I like to eat well, but not too much, because otherwise I get tired. So I want to warm up my hands and to feel fresh. So this is what I do before a concert.
Quin paper juga la improvisació amb el seu procés creatiu?
In the historical performance practice, in Baroque music especially, improvisation is very important. But it is actually the soul of all the music we play, because we want to play music as if we are inventing it in this very moment. And we don't want to play exactly the notes, because this is what the artificial intelligence could also do. So we want to really be inspired to play each note and to create the story behind the text which we are playing, which is actually quite similar to contemporary music, which is written nowadays, or experimental music, because by the time Vivaldi wrote the music we are playing in the concert, it was contemporary music. So people came to the concert and thought, what exciting concert tonight, we are going to hear the newest work of this composer, never heard of him before, Vivaldi, but it'll be exciting because it's the first time we hear it. And this spirit we want to bring back. So it's not something which has been recorded millions of times and you can download or listen to at YouTube, because we want to present something which is totally new and fresh, and it's only us who can do it the way we do it, and that's what we want to transport.
Quin creu que és el paper més important d'un mestre en la formació d'un músic?
Well, I, as a teacher, have the advantage of experience. I have done it for such a long time, and I have thought about it a lot. I've experienced and tried and have had errors a lot. So I have this advantage of time and experience, and this I can give to my students. But actually, what I want to make them learn is that at the end, I can be cut out. So I'm no longer necessary. And my students are free from being with a teacher because they have the skills to learn themselves, to improve. They have a new piece and they have enough technical skills to be their own teacher. This is what I'm trying to do as a teacher.
Quin ha estat el moment més gratificant de la seva carrera i quin és el moment més desafiador?
For me, it was a fantastic and very challenging experience to work a lot with dancers on stage. And the dancers I worked with, they were the choreographers, and they took me as a musician into the scenery. So I had to move and to play with them. in the scenery and not just stand as a musician and play and then bow and leave the scene, but I had to be on the stage with the dancers. And this is something, as a musician, you are not taught. So as a musician, you learn how to play the instrument, how to read, how to be inspired, but not how to use the room, because the room is something dancers use, yeah, not we as musicians. We know the way to the stage, we know the way back to the green room off stage, but we don't know how to use the space. So to measure space and to actually remember movements is something which takes a different part of brain. I remember very well notes, but not movements of my body. So this was extremely challenging, and I had the experience that at the end of rehearsals, I was so tired because my brain was so worn out in a new way, but I liked it. This was very new and very attractive to me.
Què l'inspira a continuar tocant i creant música?
I just love playing the violin, because the violin is not an easy instrument. Everybody who learns it knows that. It can sound awful, but the sensual feeling of producing this sound and how to make the notes come out and the technical issues of it, I just love to be with that. So this is the big attraction which just keeps me going.
Quin llegat li agradaria deixar en el món de la música?
Well, I think that each of us is replaceable. So I don't think what I have to give is so great that, yeah, I have to determine anything. But on the other side, I think some things, like I talk now, only I will say that in the same way. So everybody of us is unique, and the quality of each of us is different. So the way I play the violin is a bit different to other people playing the violin, and this gives me the reason to do it. I don't think that there is a legacy idea of having to leave something for the world. Of course, I've done lots of recordings and CDs, but this is not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I enjoy it, and because I think that in the moment I create something, people might enjoy it.
Thank you, Midori, for your kindness, for your mastery, and for participating in the Mahon Early Music Festival.
My pleasure. Thank you.